never made to feel that as a woman I cannot do something. Now, this is what most women in this country lack. So what I'd like to tell you all is that, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to raise your voice and say, this is my right, I want to do this. Don't hesitate to, if somebody says no to you, if you go to a bank for money and they say no, you say, no, I'm sure you can't do this, you can't just tell me no. Why are you telling me no? And give me a reason. And I find that if you keep sort of chipping away at them, they normally say, okay, chalo theek hai, baitho, hum baat karte hain aapse. And then normally you should be able to get something out of them, whether it's finance or anything else. Also, I always say, don't hesitate to believe in yourself. Nobody is perfect. All of us make mistakes. Everybody has made mistakes on the way to the top. So don't think that it's only you who's making a mistake, and India is very, very critical of any form of failure, unfortunately. I keep telling people this when I'm told that why isn't incubation taking place in colleges, why are there less startups than we expect. And the second thing India is that, I was just speaking to a young girl here today, the ease of doing business is still very, very, just not available for a lot of women.
You find people are coming from very small towns, tier 2, tier 3 cities, people with very little understanding about business are coming up with ideas. And that is the basic purpose of coming up with this action plan, that each idea, if it has a commercial potential, should be tapped and utilized for the growth of this country, because finally we have to understand that it's not the job seekers but the job creators who will take this country forward on the path of growth.
I am basically from one of the northeastern cadres, put in about 38 years of service in the civil services. Now what I found in Northeast was that the informal economy, the market economy, is run by the women. The women entrepreneurs would be selling let's say the produce from the fields, small household artisan and those articles, whether they are bamboo or embroidery and others. Why? Where are the men? Well, I won't say anything beyond that because you know the answer. So that reinforces my personal belief that women are born entrepreneurs. It is just a question of opportunity, equal opportunity being available to them, and which, after seeing such a large galaxy of the young entrepreneurs, I am sure times are definitely changing in our country, for our country, and for all of us.
India, 1.27 billion people. India has the landmass of only 2.5% of the world's land, but India houses 17.5% of the world's population. 50% of India is under 25 years of age. 65% of India is under 35 years of age. By 2020, the average age of an Indian will be 29. The average age of a Chinese will be 38. The average age of a Japanese will be 49. 72% of India lives in its 6,38,000 villages. So there's a lot of statistics that I've shared with you, and these are very common statistics. What all these statistics tell us is that there is a lot of opportunity in this country today. But if you're going to be entrepreneurs, if you're going to be successful, you can't just stop at looking at the opportunity. What you have to look at is what problem are you solving for these people? There's an opportunity to do something. That's a beginning. That's not the end. You have to work harder from there and come and realize that you must understand the problem your countrymen, your countrywomen, your children in this country are facing, identify the problem, and then try and find a systemic solution to it. Now, the reason I use the word systemic is that if the solution is limited only to one of you, only you can do this, only you can do that, then it doesn't become something that will lead change or ignite change all across the country. And for a business, remember, a business operates on the premise that it will make money. And if it has to make money, That means it must be to a certain extent also be replicable across. Yeah? So what all these statistics tell you is that there is an opportunity, but the opportunity requires you to find a real problem that you can solve systemically and make money out of it. All of these points are equally important.
हम किसी से कम नहीं और बस हमें आगे बढ़ना है और हमें आगे बढ़ने से अब कोई नहीं रोक सकता.
I love this man, admire, respect, look up to, and so do you, and I'm sure so does everyone in this country and across the world.
India is a very exciting country when you look at the rest of the world. Despite all the challenges that one might think about, when you're sitting in the US and you're a global investor and you try and figure out what's going on everywhere and you make a very short list of interesting places, I think everybody will have India on that list.